mentioning the crisis.
Yeah.
How has that impacted the dynamic of the community and the faith of the people in the church?
Yeah, I want to really testify that this crisis has made a lot of people who never knew God before the crisis came. It has affected the lives of many, and because they were affected by the crisis, it drew them close to God.
Okay.
There were people even before the crisis, they never wanted to hear anything about God.
Yes.
They never believe in God. When you preach to them, they are like, they don't want to hear it. Where is God that these things are happening to us? But when the crisis started, I can testify there is a place inside the bush where there's no water. But I want to testify that immediately people ran and left to that place. As they were leaving there, out of a sudden, the ground burst.
Whoa.
And water began to flow from the ground. And that was where people were drinking water from.
Wow.
So you can see that God is faithful. And some people, when they saw this miracle, it pushed them to serve God. It pushed them to know God, to really testify that this can only be God.
Yeah.
And because of this, though the church were scattered, there are places like in my own place from Munyenge, there's no church that is existing there. My husband is a pastor. We had a very big church with about 400 members and about 400 Sunday schools. So we were scattered abroad, but we want to thank God that despite the crisis, but in the bushes where the people ran to, some of the pastors who are still strong, they are still standing tall for God, they saw it necessary for them to stay even in that bush.
Wow.
To take care of the Christians. They are building churches in the bush. And by the grace of God, people are coming there. Like my husband is pastoring a church. During holiday periods, when our children are back from school, when they comes there to stay with their parents, the church will be about 300 and something members.
Wow.
Yeah, but when they goes back to school, you can have 100 and something, 150, 160, at times 170. So, but despite the crisis, God has been faithful.